Hey guys, welcome back to another live. I hope everybody's doing great. We're back here live on YouTube to analyze, trade, and learn. We're just getting started, so I'm going to start with the analysis very soon. Just going to give you guys the chance to join, tune in, and let's get the likes up. Let's hit that thumbs up. Okay. So yeah, let's get started very soon. If this is your first time joining the live, then welcome. It's great to have you here. What I do in this live is analyze the Forex market as well as Bitcoin, and I provide basic trading knowledge. This is a great place to learn about trading if you're a beginner. I come live Monday to Thursday. First time is around this time. Well, I used to come live twice a day before now. I'm just coming live once a day. So as of right now, the time that I come live is 10:30 a.m. Eastern Time, Monday to Thursday. Okay. So make sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel and join my free Telegram group so that you can get more information completely for free. Link is in the bio. So guys, let's get the likes up. Let's get the likes to 10. Let's get the likes to 10. Hit that thumbs up button. If you can, I can see there's already 10 of us in the room, which is great. Let's get the likes up, guys. I hope you guys can hear me. Let me know in the chat box. Can you guys hear me? Can I be heard? Can everybody hear me? Okay, you guys can hear me. Okay, perfect. Okay. So yes, let's get the likes to at least 10. And then we will begin with the analysis. So we have 7. Now let's get it. 3 more to go. 3 more to go. Hello, everybody's just joining. Hello, SMS family. Hello, Honeysuckle. Hi, Cecile. Hello, John. Hello, Tessie. Hello, Darknet. Hello, Bright. Nice to see you people here. So, all right, so just one more. One more to go and we can begin the analysis. Let me just open up everything that I need, right? So I have gold on the chart. I'm going to also open up GBP USD, all right? Next thing, what I'm going to open up, I'm going to open up Bitcoin. Let's check it out. So I have Bitcoin opened up, okay? All right, what else? I have GBP USD, I have gold, I have Bitcoin. I will also open up AUD USD. Okay, let's open up AUD USD. Oh, okay, it failed. This one is gonna come down. Okay, so AUD USD. Let's see. I want to check daily time frame. Okay. Hmm. Okay. Just give me a second, guys. Yeah, so we're gonna get started soon. Just give me a few minutes. Mm, yeah. Okay, so let's begin with the analysis. I have gold, GBP USD, BTC, AUD USD. Okay, I'm also gonna let me also open up this pair here. Okay, so these are the pairs I'm going to analyze for you guys. Okay, so without further ado, let's get started. Welcome, guys, to another live. I hope everybody is doing great. We're back here live to analyze, trade, and learn. If this is your first time joining, then welcome. It's great to have you here. What I do on this live is analyze the Forex market. I also analyze Bitcoin. This is a great place to learn about trading if you're a beginner. I come live Monday to Thursday around this time, 10:30 a.m. Eastern Time. Make sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel if you're not yet subscribed, and also join my free Telegram group if you like to get more information and more signals completely for free. The link to the Telegram channel is listed below the description of this video. So just go ahead and click it so you can join. Okay. So without further ado, let's get started. I will begin with the analysis from gold. I can see Isaac said he made $100 plus from the previous gold setup. Good job. That's awesome. Okay. That is awesome. So let's analyze it. We're going to start with the analysis on gold. I know one of the things that I analyzed didn't work out, such as GPUSD actually failed. We're going to take a look at that and see what happened. But for now, let's analyze gold. Okay, so yesterday when I analyzed gold with everybody, all right, I told you guys it was heading down. Okay, and where it was heading to is, well, the price is almost there. Okay, the level that I was expecting gold to eventually get to is 3,167. Okay, that's like the first level I expected to get to. So yeah, and this was when we analyzed this, I believe the price of gold was like hanging around 32.40 or something like that. And I did tell you guys to enter a sell, right? I told you guys to enter a sell. However, one of the mistake was that the stop loss I think was too tight, okay? Because where I said to put the stop loss was 32.54, I believe. So that was actually, yeah, the price. If your stop loss, if you actually manually set the stop loss, then you would have gotten stopped out because the price went to that 32.53 and then it just went down, okay? So that area for the stop loss was not a good area. You know, a good area to have set the stop loss would have been above this resistance here, okay? But I decided to just set it here just because I didn't think the price is going to come back to that level. I was anticipating that it will just start dropping straight down, but it didn't. Instead, it retraced a little bit and then started going down, okay? So if you did lose on that gold sell, I apologize for that. You know, just, yeah, we're gonna try to make sure that doesn't happen again. Although nothing is guaranteed in trading, you know, all we can do is make sure we are managing our risk, right? So anyways, gold basically has started dropping since the last analysis that we did. It's almost close to the 32, 31.67, right? You can see this is where the price is at right now. It has dropped so far. It has gone all the way down to 31.74, right? And it still has a little bit more drop to make, right? The exact price I want it to get to is 31.67, and I believe it's gonna get there. Okay, probably this current candle, 1 hour candle, okay, or maybe the next one that's gonna start will bring us to um that price target. Okay, so remember this 31.67 is a strong level for buy, right? This is the daily support. This is the support on the daily time frame, which I am anticipating for gold to hold, right? I would like to see gold when it taps into that level, so between 31.60 and 31.67, I would like to see gold basically bounce back up from that level without breaking below um 31.46. Okay, so if it comes here, we want it to bounce back up without going below this red line, the red line that I have on my chart. This is basically 31.46, so it shouldn't go below that. So that would be a good area to set your stop loss. And if this actually plays out, right, if the price of gold actually holds this support, then it should bounce all the way back to the, of course, it's going to go to the current resistance, which on the daily time frame is at 32.47. And then if it breaks that, it will go up to this one. And, I just expect it to push up and hopefully go and break this current all-time high and continue moving upward. Okay, so that's the anticipation. We're gonna be patiently waiting for gold to get to 31.67. Okay, let's just say starting from 31.68, right? Because it's not really exactly 31.67, it's starting from 31.68 actually. Okay, so when price gets there, we are going to look for a buy. Okay, so that's it. It's slowly making its way there. Now I'm gonna also look at the 1 hour time frame, right? So I told you guys what I am seeing on the daily time frame, but we need to also look at what the 1 hour time frame is showing us. Okay, so on the 1 hour time frame, what do we see is we have a downtrend, of course, right? So we have a downtrend on the 1 hour time frame, and I have marked all the important levels that we need to mark here for this 1 hour time frame. All right, so on this 1 hour time frame, we have this previous low right here, and then we have the previous lower high right here. Okay, those are the two things that I always mark. If I see that the price is in a downtrend, I mark the previous lower low and the previous lower high, and then that's it. So essentially what I'm looking to do is look to enter a sell either around this lower high. Okay, so look to sell here or look to sell around here. Okay, and also any internal resistance if there is any. In this case, we do have right here, this is an internal resistance, and there's also a fair value gap right here. So price, if it pushes to this area, this is going to be an area for a sell. Okay, it may sell and then continue buying. Okay, so in the short term, if you're looking for a sell opportunity on gold, as of right now, the best area to be selling would be around 32, 22, 32, 39. Okay, so between this level, and then we also have 32.62, 32.65. Okay, so this is where I would actually look to sell gold. I wouldn't want to sell gold where it is right now. You never, ever, ever want to sell gold when it's forming a new low. This is extremely risky because you can end up getting, like, where are you going to set your stop loss? It's too risky game. Your stop loss would have to be very tight, which it's just not going to work out. Okay, so that is basically gold. Right now it is bearish on the 1 hour time frame. For this bearish trend on the 1 hour time frame to end, what would need to happen? Number one, we need to see gold break above this lower high, 32.65, and then break this second lower high as well, and then that is when the downtrend is going to be officially over. Okay, so this downtrend that gold is on this 1 hour time frame will officially be over once that happens. Okay, once we get a break, we need to get a break above 32.65. Okay, we break above 32.65 and then we clear the resistance at 32.92 as well. Then we can now start heading higher. Okay, but for now, until we actually break above this, we are technically still in a downtrend for gold, right? So, and then, this daily time frame support, right, should help gold to push back to the resistance here, and then gold needs to be able to break it. If it can break above it, then it will continue going higher. But if it doesn't break it, let's say if it just keeps struggling here, then of course it's gonna, you know, maybe continue this downtrend, right? So that's basically it. Start looking for buying opportunities on gold very soon, sitting around 31.68, 31.60. Okay. Now, another thing, right? If price of gold for whatever reason ends up not holding the 31.60, right? 31.60 is like the last draw, whatever. So if it ends up for whatever reason like breaking through this, right? Which shows that it didn't hold it, then this is not good. This is now bearish, even more bearish. Price is most likely going to continue heading down more. Okay, it's going to continue heading down more. So if I go to the daily time frame, we can see it will most likely drop all the way down to this current low, right? It will go drop all the way down there, and then this would be the area where it would find support to bounce back up, right? So we need to look at all the possible scenarios that could play out on gold, right? So first is we're expecting it to hold the 31.67. Okay, so starting from 31.68 to 31.60, we want to see it hold that level, bounce back up. If it does, great, then we're going to go higher. But if we break below that 31.60 and we start heading down, then the price of gold is going to just drop all the way down to like 29.84, 29.63. Okay, this is going to just be a what is it called? It's going to be like a free fall, right? The price is going to just drop like crazy. It's just going to drop all the way because there's no other support up until, 33,019. Okay, we do have support there. So you might find support at that level. So yeah, so basically that's it. We can start looking for buy again. If it fails, if this one fails, then it will definitely hold the support starting from 3,021, 3,000, 2960. Okay, so if the 31.60 support fails, the price of gold is going to drop all the way down to like around 30,000 or 3,021, sorry. So 3,021 to 29.60. That will be the next area where it will definitely hold and bounce back up to go higher. Okay. So that is basically the scenarios for gold. Okay. So yeah, that's it. Let me I already have the alarm set, right? So I think it's probably gonna get to that 31.67 during this live. So we may be able to enter this trade together. Okay, so now let's look at GBP/USD. Okay, so here's GBP/USD. Let's look at what happened. So yesterday when I analyzed this pair, okay, I told you guys it was gonna sell. I was expecting it to sell, as a result of this resistance here. I was expecting it to sell as a result of this resistance. Unfortunately, the price didn't sell. It ended up breaking above it. Okay. Now, even though it broke above this, it still have this resistance here. Okay, so this is the lower high. Okay, so this is the lower low, this is the lower high, and the market is currently in a downtrend here on this 1 hour time frame. So essentially entering a sell here, right? And then the stop loss was above this high, right? It was just slightly above this high, but the price didn't sell. It actually went all the way and broke above this lower high, and now it's starting to sell. Okay, now it's starting to sell, and I believe it's going to most likely sell all the way down. Okay, it's going to start selling all the way down to like 1.3234 is where I believe it's going to go down to. Okay, because usually the way the price moves, okay, the lower high is a strong resistance. Okay, the lower high is a strong resistance, and a lot of the times this is where the price tends to sell, right? If the price doesn't sell at the internal resistance and all that, just keeps going higher, then once it gets to the lower high, this is where it's going to sell. However, there are times when it may not sell right away. It may end up breaking above it, just like it did here, right? However, it's going to make sure it sells without breaking the second lower high. Okay, so the second lower high in this point is this right here. This is where I have the red line. So I am anticipating GBPUSD to sell, right? So if I was to enter sell, I would enter sell right now, set my stop loss above this high right here, okay, slightly above 1.3404, and then I'm going to target this low here as my take profit. Okay, so that is basically what it is. Okay, so GBPUSD is gonna sell. Target is 1.3214. Stop loss above 1.300607. Okay, so that is it. Let me just write this down. So the take profit is 1.32. So let's get the likes up, guys. Let's get the likes up. 1.3407. Let me read the comment. If you have some spare time during the session, perhaps could you share a little bit of what strategies you implement in your trades and analysis? Yeah, I could explain that, you know. I could shed a little light. Okay, so that is the GBPUSD. Let's head over to the next pair. Let's look at Bitcoin. Okay. Okay, one more thing about GPUSD, right? So this analysis that I just did, this is on 1 hour time frame, okay? Now daily time frame, if you check GPUSD, it is it was in an uptrend. However, we got a change of character, or price basically shifted right over here when it broke this low. Okay, it broke this low, so now there's a possibility that GBPUSD should actually start heading down. I am anticipating that it should come to this low. Okay, this second higher low here is my anticipation. This is where I want to see GBPUSD come to eventually, and then this is going to be a possible area for it to buy back up. Okay, so yeah, so if you want to enter a long-term sell targeting this drop here, all right, for GPUSD, make sure you set your stop loss above the current high. Okay, whenever you're targeting this low, you want to set your stop loss above the current high, which is 1.34 46, 1.3446, because that would be the level price wouldn't break above if it's gonna come all the way down here. Okay, so yeah, that's it for GBP USD. Wait a second. Okay. I can't see the screen clearly. What do you mean you can't see the screen clearly? Is everybody else having the same problem? Like, can you guys see the screen or you can't see it? Can you guys see the screen? Mm, Can everybody see the screen clearly? Mm, Okay, so yeah, so that is basically it for GPUSD. So in fact, I'm going to set let me this is the first cell, okay? The stop loss, this 1.3407, okay? Stop loss for this is for those who are targeting this take profit, okay? Now, second cell, if you are someone who wants to target the main level where I'm anticipating for the price to go to, okay? Then your stop loss, okay? Okay, oops, what did I put? So GBP USD sell, okay, your stop loss is gonna be above this current high, so 34.46. Okay, and then you take profit. Oh, okay, so you take profit would be this near this low. Okay, we have a fair value gap here, so we're gonna target 1.2861. Okay. Okay, so okay, so sorry. Okay, so yeah, that's pretty much it. 1.2861. Okay, so this is where I'm expecting it to get to. So make sure if you're gonna take the sale, apply proper risk management. All right. Okay, so we're done with GBP/USD. We've analyzed gold, which is a sell right now. It's gonna sell. All right, soon it's gonna be a buy. Okay, analyze GBP/USD, which is also a sell. Now, what should we analyze next? Okay, let's look at the AUD/USD. All right, one of my favorite pairs to trade. This is also going to be a sell, guys. This is going to be a sell. targeting 63.64. Let me just post this in the group. 0.64, or should I say 63.72. And then what else? 0.6345, and then our stop loss 0.6518. Okay, so yeah, that's the AUD sell. I just posted that. So yeah, expecting this pair to sell from here all the way down. Okay, '63, 63.73. Is it 65? Okay. Okay. So yeah, that's pretty much. Let me write down the entry. We have okay. So it's 6441, and then 0.6464. Okay. So yeah, that's it. Let's apply proper risk management and let's begin. All right. So we know what gold is doing. We know gold is selling. We're waiting for it to buy. We're waiting for a buy at 3,168, 67.60. GPUSD, we know it's selling. Okay. And then AUD USD is also selling. Okay. So that's it. Now let's head over to the next pair on our list. If you're going to be trading this signals, please do not trade everything. This is not good for your risk management. Unless you want to like spread out your risk, okay? Then just do that wisely. Okay, but don't be trading every single thing that's being listed, okay? Because it's not guaranteed that all of them are going to play out. All right. I know the one that I'm certain of, I know gold is going to go down for sure. That one is going down. GPUSD also, this one will for sure come down to 30, 32.15. That one is, something that's for sure will happen. AUDUSD is like 70% chance it will drop. Okay. So yeah, so now let's head over to the next pair on our list, which is Bitcoin. Let's look at Bitcoin here. We analyzed Bitcoin yesterday, and we are basically, we were expecting for Bitcoin to actually sell, okay, for it to sell to 97,000, okay? But since yesterday, it actually didn't sell right away. It started buying instead. It bought all the way to 104,683, and then boom, started selling. Okay, so I think it should still sell. Okay, let me check. Let's check the daily time frame. Okay, so on the daily time frame, what we have is we have the price of Bitcoin. It's in a uptrend. Okay, it's in a bullish trend, and yeah, it's in an uptrend here, okay? And then currently the price is basically like struggling to continue going higher, okay? You can see it went up to 105, right? Went to 105 and then it got rejected, dropped, came back, and then it attempted to break this 105 resistance that it created, but it got rejected. It couldn't break that resistance, right? So since it's struggling so much, right? It's struggling so much to actually break this resistance. Now the next thing that needs to happen, the price needs to drop to a support so that it can gather the power to push higher. Okay, so it's showing a lot of weakness right now. So that's why the next thing that needs to happen is the price needs to drop down to at least, all right, we need to drop down to at least like 97,000, 97,900. Price should come here for it to gather the strength to be able to push higher. Okay, so that's why we're expecting it to drop, is as a result of this bearish structure and weakness that the market is showing. Okay, so yeah, so for Bitcoin here, it is going to sell, and if we're going to take this sell, okay, the area for your stop loss, the best area for you to set your stop loss would be at 105. Okay, so slightly above 105 would be a good area to set your stop loss. Okay, yesterday's trade here, the stop loss was a bit tight, right? The stop loss was a bit tight, so a really good area to have set the stop loss would have been, slightly above this current resistance, right? So yeah, but the Bitcoin price should still sell, right? Even though it came here, you can see it still got rejected, so it should still sell. Okay, so look for sell on Bitcoin. Okay, so let's look at EUR JPY. What was the signal for AUD/USD? So the signal for AUD/USD is a sell. The stop loss for gold is going to be 31.46. Okay, so around 31.46 would be a good area to set your stop loss. Okay, so far we are in a sell for GBP/USD. Gold, nothing yet. Bitcoin is a sell. Okay, AUD/USD is a sell. Okay, if you have enough small account size, do not trade Bitcoin because the stop loss for Bitcoin is extremely huge. So please avoid even trading Bitcoin unless you have a huge account. If you have a smaller account, then the best pair for you to trade is AUD/USD. Okay, GBP/USD. These are going to be more friendly, stop loss friendly for you, right? The stop loss is not that huge, right? So look to trade AUD/USD and GBP/USD only. And then you can also enter the gold buy when the price comes to the point of interest. Just be patient. It's going to get there eventually. Okay. So we've done all of these analysis. Now let's look at EUR JPY. Okay. That is next on our list. Okay. So this pair here is about to buy. Okay. So it's in a good area for a buy based on what I am seeing. Okay. So I see that we had a break of this high. Price came back. It failed to hold this higher low. So where is it going to hold? It's going to hold this current support here. So this is a good area for the market to buy. So I'm anticipating this to buy back. This computer is horrible. Okay, so I'm anticipating for this pair here. I honestly cannot even see. Okay, let me bring this here. Okay. So yeah, so this is okay, a good entry, of course, would have been when the price came around 163.89, 163.70 would have been a good area to enter the buy. But price is already, it has already left that zone, so you can still enter the trade, right? Because the take profit, where the take profit is 64.81, which hasn't gotten hit. I'm actually going to post this one as well. Give me a second. Let's see for okay, so I'm just typing something, guys. Just give me a second. Okay, so 62. Okay, so oops. Okay, so this is 0. Okay, so let me get back to the analysis. All right, so Euro JPY, okay. I believe this pair here is going to buy just because we are in an uptrend. Okay, the price is in an uptrend on this 1 hour time frame. Okay, we are basically right now retesting this previous low. Okay, price is retesting this previous low. Okay, and this is usually a good area for the price to bounce back up. So I'm targeting this resistance here, the take profit, which is sitting at 164.80. Okay, and then I think it's gonna go higher. Let's see what the the bigger time frames is looking like. Okay, so this is the daily time frame. Okay, so the daily time frame. On this daily time frame, all we can see is that the price has been going sideways. Okay, it's just been moving sideways since last year. Literally, yeah, the price is just like moving sideways. That's it since last year. Okay, it had a clean structure here. Back in 2023, we actually had a clean trend that was playing out, but ever since the price broke this trend, right? It did break this uptrend that it was in. So then it just started moving sideways from this lower high and the lower low. The price currently has a resistance. So if the price is going to resume the uptrend, right, it would need to break above 160, 68.34. Okay, the price would need to basically break above that level. Okay, but for now, we focus on what's happening right now on the 1 hour time frame. We have an uptrend, right? So we trade what we are seeing. If you want to look for quick trading opportunities, the best time frame for you to be looking at is 1 hour. Okay, 1 hour provides you with like quick, good trade setups. Okay, when it comes to trends and all that. So that is basically it. I think these are all the pairs that we're going to be looking at and trading today. Gold, we're still waiting for the buy. GPUSD already in a sell, AUDUSD already in a sell, and then EURJPY is a buy. Okay, so this one I'm going to also write it down. Okay, 65, 18. Okay, so yeah, so this is an uptrend that it will most likely continue, right? As long as we don't break below 163.63. Okay, we don't want to see the price breaking below 163.63, right? If it breaks below that level, then this is no longer bullish. This is now bearish. Okay, now the price will start heading down further. Okay, so that's it. For the remainder of this live, I have about 10 minutes, 10 minutes left before I go. So, I had one person who was at Shadow was asking me if I can explain a bit of what strategies that I'm using, implementing my trades and analysis. It's very simple, guys. Okay. Although I have a few scalping strategies that I use, which is mostly something that I teach in my trading class, right? But when it comes to like general analysis, all right, I basically um analyze what the current trend is, right? Whenever I open up the chart, I'm always trying to look for what the current trend is, right? And usually I will start my analysis on the, you know, 1 hour time frame. If I want to just go straight up, just look for what is happening on the current, like right now, I'll just go straight to 1 hour time frame. But the best way to go about it is to analyze starting from the daily and then you drop down. Okay, so you start from the daily time frame, you look at what the current trend is there. Okay, so we have two trends. In fact, let me just say two trends because the third one, the sideways, is this is just the price is going side to side. But we have two main directions that the price can be in. Either we are moving upward, all right? So if you would open the chart, it is going up like this. This is an uptrend. Or the price is, the candlesticks are doing like this, okay? This is a downtrend, right? So when I am analyzing the chart, this is the first thing that I want to do. I want to basically ask myself, what is the current direction? Is the price in an uptrend or is it in a downtrend, right? If I figure out that it is in an uptrend, then what I'm going to do is I'm going to mark the previous higher high, and then I'm going to mark the previous higher low as well. Okay, so once I mark the previous higher high and then the previous higher low, now I'm going to now study the market to see where is it right now. Okay, where is the price right now? Is the price at the, you know, is the price, I don't know, is it coming back to retest the previous higher high that it just broke, which is supposed to turn into support, or is it at the previous higher low, or as the price broken below the previous higher low, or is the price at the second higher low? I need to know where the price is at, right? When I know where the price is at, I'll be able to know what the price is about to do next, right? So the most important thing is marking those previous high, basically know exactly where it is. I mark the previous higher high. Like for example, this Euro JPY, this Euro JPY chart, right? I'm looking at the 1 hour time frame, and if I just look at it straight up right off the bat, just focusing on what I see right now, just focusing on what I see that it is in an uptrend, right? It is clearly in an uptrend because the price is going higher and higher, forming higher highs and higher lows. So what I'm gonna do next, I'm going to see where the price is at. Okay, so this is where Euro JPY is at right now. Okay, so the price is here, but I need to look on the left of the chart to understand where is the price coming from. Okay, this is where the price came from. I mean, this is where the price is at, but where's the before the price got here, like where was it before, right? So I can see it came from this high, right? This is where the price came from, and this is the current high for this current uptrend, right? So if that's the current high for that uptrend, then I need to figure out what the previous higher high is, right? In this case, the previous higher high is this right here, okay? So I will now mark the previous higher high, okay? I'm gonna just mark it like that. The wick, right? I include the wick there as the high. And then another thing I'm going to do is I'm going to mark the previous higher low as well. Okay, in this case, it is this right here. Okay, so I marked the previous higher low, which is this right here. Now, I can now understand, I can now like read what the price has done so far. Okay, so far I know that the market basically, it broke this high and then it came back to do retest. This high that it broke, it was once a resistance, right? It was once a resistance when the price was below it, but once the price breaks above it, it turns into support. Now the price came back here, tried to test it out, it didn't do a good job, right? Usually what the price is supposed to do is that when it's coming back to do a retest, all of this support is supposed to hold it, push up and break the new resistance to continue going higher, but that's not the case. Price didn't it didn't, right? It held it, went back to the current high, it got rejected, so came back down. Now as the price came down, it came to this higher low. Okay, now this higher low is an area that I would have looked for buying opportunity. Okay, so I have two areas that I can look for buy when the price is an uptrend. I'm looking for buy at any internal support that the price has. That's one area. So like right here would have been one area I would have looked for a buy. The other area I would have looked for a buy is near this higher low. Okay, this is one area I would have looked for a buy. Okay, and then also this area where the price is at is another area that I would have looked for a buy. Okay, so based on what I see, I can see, right, price came, it came, held this internal support, bounced off. However, it was not able to return back to this high. It got rejected, right? And then now it came back to the higher low, and instead of holding this higher low, it broke below it, right? So price break below it, and then now it goes to the second low. Okay, it goes now to the second higher low, which can be an area for price to also buy. Okay, so price is now trying to buy. Now what is going to happen now? Okay, the anticipation is for the price to now be able to push back up higher. Okay, however, if the price ends up breaking below this, right, if the price ends up breaking below this, it will most likely start heading down more. Okay, so this is how I am analyzing the market. I am basically, based on, I understand what, each specific level, like the importance of each level, the higher low, the significance of it, the previous higher high, the second higher low. Like, I understand how these levels can assist the price to either buy or to sell. And based on that understanding, I can now look for trading opportunities around those area. Okay, I hope that makes sense. Okay, so yeah, so and then this is a concept that I can apply to any forex pair. Okay, when I go to any chart, I will always figure out what is the trend, because every pair is always moving in a trend. Okay, if you look at every pair, they are either in an uptrend or downtrend. All right, like if you look at for example, this euro JPY right now, it's in an uptrend. Before it was in a downtrend right here. Okay, GBUSD right now, it is in a downtrend. Okay, so GBUSD right now, it is in a downtrend on this 1 hour time frame. Gold also is in a downtrend, right? You can see it's in a downtrend, and you have to understand what the price does as the price is in a downtrend. How is it moving? How does it move? What causes the price to be going down as it's in a downtrend, right? All of these are informations that you can study by just going to TradingView and look at what has happened in the past. Then you'll be able to understand. Okay, so like for this gold downtrend, if you study it very well, you'll notice that each time gold breaks a current low, it will drop, comes back for retest. Okay, the current low that it breaks turns into resistance, goes there, taps into it, and it sells off, right? Then we have a new low here, it creates. Okay, all right, comes here, taps into it, here it sells off. So this would have been a good area for you to sell. Here, sell. Okay, so this is how for gold was respecting the low as a resistance, right? However, that's not always the case, right? The lower low is sometimes can be an area where price may not respect. Okay, the areas that price tends to respect, right, is internal resistance, number one, or the lower high. Okay, this is usually the most strongest level for price to sell from. Okay, or if we have also fair value gaps as well. Okay, in this case we did, like if you look at this chart, oops, if you look at this chart here for gold, let's do a little bit of back testing, right? You can see we broke this low here. All right, and then we have let's just call it fair value gap resistance right here, right? So gold tapped into this, ended up selling. Okay, the next low, right? The next low that gold actually broke, the price went back, it did pull back to do a retest, and then it ended up selling. Um, the price ended up selling at this resistance. Okay, so this fair value gap resistance here. Okay, and then it dropped, went back to the current low here. All right, it went to this current low, it didn't break it, right? It ended up holding it, so the price continues going higher, and then it came near this lower high, and then it sells. Okay, so are you going to be able to catch all the sales? Probably not, but you need to understand where the price is at, so you can be able to know what it is about to do. Okay, and the same way that you mark the previous higher highs and the previous higher low when the price is in an uptrend, is the same way that you're going to mark in a downtrend. You're going to mark the previous lower low, okay, and then the previous lower high. Okay, so like here on this gold chart, I've marked the previous lower low, right? Then I marked the previous lower high. All right, and now there's only two areas that I'm going to look for a sell. Okay, I will either look for a sell at this internal resistance, so like right here, okay, or I'm going to look for a sell at this higher low. Okay, now for me to look for a sell, okay, for me to look for a sell at this area, there's something that I want to see the price do. Okay, I need to wait for confirmation to see whether the price is gonna sell from there or not, right? If I get that confirmation, then I will sell. If I don't, then I will look for a sell at this top part here instead. Okay, so I hope that makes sense. This is literally how most every market moves, right? You can just go in the chart and then study it, right? Most people, I think the difficulty that they tend to have is that they don't really know what the previous low is or the previous high is. They find it difficult because, yeah, it can be difficult to find it because of how the price tends to move. The price is like, like for example, like here, some people, as they're analyzing, they may think, oh, this is a previous low. It can be very confusing. That's why you have to like make sure you don't rush it. Okay, take your time and then study it properly. Okay, study it properly. Right, so for example, like over here we have this low. Okay, we have this low. Okay, we have this low, we have this low. Okay, now within these lows we also have this low, we have this low. Okay, now which one would you consider is the lower low? Are you considering the one outward or the one inward? Okay, it's the one that's outward that's the low. Okay, inward is not, that is not the trend. Okay, so you have to understand that you have to be able to understand that. Okay, it's the one that's outward that's the low, the inward is not. Okay, another thing that can confuse people is basically something like this. Okay, like you can see, after the price formed this low, started going up higher. Now most people will see this and think price is in an uptrend, and then they'll start looking for buy. But guess what the price did? It came to the higher low, number one. Okay, the previous sorry, not higher low, the previous lower high, right? And then it broke above it, right? It did break above it, but guess what? After breaking above it, price ended up like playing around for a few hours and it went back down. Okay, now it's gonna only do this without breaking the second lower high, which is the best area for you to set your stop loss. Okay, so this same thing that I just showed you here is what we see in GBP/USD. Okay, in GBP/USD, we have, okay, if we're going to follow this trend properly, we will see our current low. Okay, our current low for GBP/USD is, okay, right here. Second previous lower lows right here. This is the previous lower high. Now before this low, the next low was this right here. Okay, so this was the next low before this. So if that's the low, that means that the lower high is this right here. Okay, so this is the second lower high because from this point price pushed up to here and then started falling. So that's the lower high, the second lower high. So if I'm going to enter a sell at this current lower high, I'm going to set my stop loss slightly above the second lower high and then target this low here as my take profit. Okay, so that's basically, yeah, that's basically it. Same pattern that I hope this makes sense. Okay, so that's the same pattern, exactly what gold did over here. Okay, so guys, yeah, gold looks like it didn't come to the area for buy during this live, so you guys just keep it, set your alarm and everything. Keep an eye on that level. Be prepared so that when gold comes there, you are going to buy. Okay. Now, I'm going to be going now. All right. It was nice trading and analyzing with you guys. Before I go, if there's any questions, before I go, any questions, any feedback, this is the time. Feel free to type in the comment section. If there is none, then I'm going to just end the live. No questions? Okay. And no feedback. All right. Well, thank you guys for joining today's live. I hope you guys learn a few things. And thank you so much for the support. Make sure you guys subscribe to the YouTube channel if you're not yet subscribed. Please follow me on my backup TikTok account because I really want to go back live on TikTok. I feel like TikTok is just a lot more engaging than this YouTube because I can even play music in the background and all that. So please help me get that that TikTok account to 1,000. I'm gonna share it to the Telegram group again. So I really appreciate it if you guys can all go follow it if you're not yet following. Okay. And what else? I'll come live again tomorrow by God's grace around 10:30 a.m. Eastern time. So that's it. And lastly, okay, before I forget, the trading class for June is now open. So if you want to learn about trading, you want to learn, just you want to take trading serious, learn exactly how to properly analyze, okay? Then make sure you sign up for the trading class that's going to start in June 5, 2025, okay? There's the registration link. I posted it on my YouTube channel. It's also in fact, let me go there. Okay. So it is on the YouTube channel here. Okay. So if you just go to this page and then you check this Google document, then you should be able to see it. Okay. So just fill in this information and then I'm going to get back to you. Okay. So that is basically it. And yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow at 10:30 a.m. Eastern Time. Have an amazing, successful, profitable day. Take care, guys. Bye for now. When is it time to buy gold? Is it at 132.60? Like I said, you buy gold once the price gets to 31.68. Okay, starting from 31.68, that's the first area to start entering. Okay, but the price might drop down lower to 31.62, 31.60, and then if it does get there, then you can also buy there. Okay, but if you don't want to miss out on the buy, start entering around 31.68. All right, stop loss below 31, like 31.50, just slightly below 31.50. If you want to be really, really extra cautious, then 31.46, all right, is a good area for your stop loss. All right, and just know gold is going to be there very soon. Just give it some time, but that's the next target. That's where gold wants to get to before it can feel, it can stop this bearish move that it's in right now. So yeah, I just want to say that you're great. Thanks for all these tips. Continue to being amazing. God bless you. Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate those kind words. It means a lot. All right, guys. See you tomorrow. Take care. Bye for now. Oops. Okay.